Now that leg could well be the breakout to the downside, but it also could be the break to the upside. We're already positioned and ready for the long. The short does require a little bit more attention because we need that breakout, that proper, nice extended move to the downside, dedicated retest, and then the continuation. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this afternoon's Markets Now session on October 28th. Good afternoon indeed. Hope you're doing well, team. As I mentioned a moment ago, this is going to be a sharp, short, and concise US Open preview today, due to the fact that we will be running an extended session this evening for the live Fed trading event, which will be where the action is, to be honest. I don't anticipate too much happening in today's markets this afternoon, as the markets will predominantly be on hold for this evening's FOMC, federal interest rate decision. And why shouldn't it be at the end of the day? It is arguably the biggest event that we've got going on in the markets right now. So please, if you can make it, then do. Obviously, if you can't, it's not a problem. It will be uploaded and ready for you guys to view in the morning. I'm certainly going to be covering this evening's session with a drink in hand, so you can join me for a beer this evening if you like. And we'll see where things go. So let's get going, I suppose. Right, so this morning's UK FTSE trades, they were, obviously we had a short and then we had a break of the 97.20 area for a run up to the 97.50s. Either side of the market from where it was trading at the time of posting. We got the long, which was really nice. That was a 1 to 2.3. It was nothing special. They were all-time high trades, so ultimately just placed your stop where it was, and then I managed to pull a 1 to 2.3 out of it. Could have been an amazing day at a 1 to 5.74, but there we go. You know what it's like, hindsight trading. The market at the moment, incredible rally, especially in this UK FTSE. If you look on the daily time frame here, we've had such an extended move so far. Still no evidence or signs of it wanting to come back to retest the big daily point down here at 95.76. No doubt in my mind that it will take place at some point though. We did end up breaking structure here on the 1st of October. It wasn't actually until this candle on the 10th of October that we ended up coming back to retest it. Bearing in mind, we've only spent 4 days above the structure at the moment. We are still within that kind of remit. So it may be this week, it might be falling into next week by the time we see a retest of this point of liquidity. After all, we are looking at things on the daily time frame, and so we have to take that into consideration. But that's all that's happened today. So we will do a little bit of housekeeping, of course. We're not going to be looking to add in any additional opportunities. This Aussie CAD obviously failed. We got the blowout down at the bottom there. Obviously, it came up yet again. It's come back down at break even. We're not in this trade, by the way, again. But just looking at it from if we were, for example, it's just not having that kind of consistency at the moment, is it? It's just not having that kind of consistency where we get the really nice established moves, and that's absolutely fine. Look, I'm not frustrated with the AC because it has been such a consistent revenue stream for us. It's bound to have a little bit of a mess at some point, and so we're just going into I would say like the trough cycle at this time. Aussie yen, really beautiful move, 1 to 2.53, nice big extended move straight the way up to liquidity. It has blown through the top of it as well, coming up to a high of 100.718. But that nice little trade in there for a 1 to 2.53 was absolutely spot on. We had the Euro CAD short, nice trigger point, straight down into TP as well. blew through the bottom there, through the floor. So that was really nice. Some of the 1 to 2.5 in the bag has continued to trade a significant way from that point on as well. I mean, throughout the Asia session was absolutely fantastic in this EC. Same as the AJ as well. Really, really nice moves here. We've come all the way down to the 169.96 points. So that was a really nice extended move there off the back of a nice, really decent intraday 1 to 2.5. We got the GA up there. Obviously, the trade never triggered, and that's absolutely fine. The market did continue its trajectory to the downside. Really huge extended move on this GA. It's currently trading at minus 0.57%, but guys, honestly, that leg of the move there, such a beautiful move. I, even in hindsight, couldn't have taken this trading opportunity. We never got a big retest of the daily point of liquidity up there, and so therefore my trading parameters would have withheld the trading opportunity from me. The only point where we could have potentially looked at an entry was there. This was following the blow through in the middle of the night and the sort of 12:30 GMT time. We did get the break close retest, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, we did get that break of structure for the leg down. So if you were up overnight, that was a nice IO trading opportunity there as well. Looking at the pound against the yen, we were looking at this one for price action to come into liquidity, triggering the alarm and then getting ready for that long. So that trading opportunity is now viable. The only thing is I'm actually not going to send out a dedicated trade for this opportunity and plug it into the fund yet because of the FOMC. So I want to get that event out of the way this evening. Plus we've got the BOJ interest rate decision as well. I want to knock both of those out and then look to reevaluate this one in the morning. If the alarm triggers tomorrow, fantastic. We're in the clear. Then we can lock and load and jump in for the long. Looking at the NZD against the Swiss, we're looking for the break close retest. That's still ongoing. So nothing to be said about that one. And that's where we currently are with the FX space. So honestly, guys, overall, really not bad. The AJ and the Euro CAD provided some decent opportunity. 1 to 2.5s back to back. The GA never triggered, so we didn't have any market risk. The pound against the yen is now completed its first stage of the process in order to get us towards that trading opportunity being triggered. And the NZD Swiss isn't quite there yet. So we've taken one loss, 2 really nice solid wins. Nice bit of profit in the tank. Now, in terms of our opportunities in gold and silver, obviously missed out the buyback opportunity from the market report, which is a real shame. This was an absolute staggering trading opportunity, to be honest. It looks really, really nice here. Very controlled. Really nice move to the upside. Obviously, we got the market report short earlier on in the week. But yeah, we did miss the other side of that one. So probably going to have to let that one slide now. And especially with this evening's FOMC event up and coming. Up in the energy markets, we got the UK Brent short. This was really nice. So that was sort of running throughout the night on Monday. That was down, market report trading opportunity. We are awaiting the next stage of this. So that is, a break, close, retest, which I've got to be honest, guys, this does not count. Okay. Now, if you are an avid IO follower, you've been trading with me for a number of months/years, you would know that this is not a confirmed nor dedicated break, close, and retest. What this is actually orders filling into the market. So this is an order fill stage inside liquidity, getting ready for the next leg. Now that leg could well be the breakout to the downside, but it also could be the break to the upside. We're already positioned and ready for the long. The short does require a little bit more attention because we need that breakout, that proper nice extended move to the downside, dedicated retest, and then the continuation. So we're kind of neither here nor there at the moment with UK Brent. Natural gas long, we've now plugged our way into liquidity, which is great to see. Order filling into the market, getting ready for the next leg. Are we going to continue and then trade above these 2 points, which is really what we're looking at for that long to take place or not? Obviously, time will tell. But as of this stage, and even with this evening's FOMC, you are welcome to plug that one in. That is essentially ready to go. Although that target profit is incorrect. I'm not sure why that's up there now. But yesterday it was just below the previous high, and that's where it should be. So the target profit should be about 350, and the stop loss ultimately should be about there. So that's the 1 to 3.61 that you're looking for. Really solid trading opportunity on that one, NG. And that's pretty much the nutshell. Short, sharp, and concise, as I said, of what's been going on so far this week. Not too bad, not too bad. And we've got a little bit of profit in the tank ahead of the FOMC, which means we can go into that confidently. We should be absolutely fine. If it's anything like the CPI event, we should definitely be fine. So let's move into our US indices then. So US 30 Dow Jones first and foremost. Not really had much luck with our US indices this week, guys. It's been really quite inconsistent, as you can see from yesterday's 15-minute time frame here. Yesterday's breakout was honestly almost non-existent. I took 2 losses and a win yesterday. I took losses in the US 30 Dow Jones and the S&P and took a win in the NAS 100. It was not a strong day. And it comes off the heels of Monday, which also was really quite inconsistent and difficult to find a line on. So given that trend and the fact that we have one of the US's most significant economic events in a matter of hours, I really wouldn't be hoping for too much out of the US indices this afternoon. That being said, we're still going to put some plans together, but I'm just saying take it easy out there. Remember that the action is happening tonight. It's not really about this afternoon. If we can get a profit, if we can get a trading opportunity in profit this afternoon, then we're doing pretty good. We're doing all right. So I'd be looking to clear this margin for longs. That's going to be an entry at around 47.88, let's say, up to a target of 47.94. Stops probably down at around 47.840. That's going to yield you a 1 to 2.5, something like that. It's going to be pretty decent. Not too bad. Nothing, it's going to Nothing to sort of send out the fireworks display about, but it's going to be okay. Now, the short is a little bit of a different score because you've got the low, which is quite nice. That's not bad. But you actually have this area in here as well, and that is the one that you want to watch out for. So in order to take the short, which would ultimately be down to the low, because that's where your money is. That's where the inflection point is, down there. So you'd be looking to trade the sort of margin here between the V reversal points. That still doesn't come without risk, of course, because you've got that level, in there at around 47.68, and that acts as the median. But if you do want to take the short, that's going to be your entry down there. So you're going to have to wait for the market to drop down, then break structure, and then get on its way. I would actually increase the width of that one there as well, just to account for any marginal errors. So your trading opportunity down at the short is going to be 47.73 entry, targeting 47.62-ish, 625. And your stop loss for that one, guys, I would have that for even further up. So I'd have your stop loss at maybe 47.78 up at the highs there rather than the 50% point. I just think it's worthwhile today to be a little bit more modest with your expectancy out of the markets there. So I'll pop in some trade panels just so you guys aren't, flying in the dark, I suppose. So entry nicely up there, break a structure. You're probably looking at a stop around there. So, 70. Where are we looking? Yeah, about there. I'd say 1 to 2.2. That's pretty reasonable, I think, for this afternoon. The long, even though it's a smaller trading margin, you probably find a better trade out of it. So that one's going to no, just the same actually. So looking for a 1 to 2.2 on both sides of the US 30 Dow at the moment. Download. NAS 100 then. Where are we at on this one? So we've got inflection down at the lows. That's actually much cleaner than the US 30 Dow Jones. We've got the high, and we're kind of trading at this weird sub-mean area at the moment. That's going to be the breaker structure for the long, so that makes sense. That's not too bad. So the market long between these 2 points in here, but it's a necessity to reach this level first, okay? So when we're building out the trade and we're looking to minimize any kind of risk, be it technical or fundamental, we want to be trading away from the point of inflection. We've seen that there's commercial interest at this level. How do we know? Because of the reaction to it multiple times over. It's well established, so we know there's commercial interest. The market needs to come down to this level before we take any kind of long in the US Open. Bearing in mind, we have less than an hour to go. So, you don't have much time to play with, but we could certainly see 26.11 before the bell rings. So keep an eye on that one. For the short, you're looking at the low of there. So that's going to be your short target. And that isn't actually going to be too bad at all. That's going to be a nice one because of where the stop loss goes. So yeah, that's a 1 to 2.6. The NAS 100 is favorable. It's definitely favorable trading indice today in comparison to the US 30 Dow. We're still taking all the precautions that we were in the US 30 Dow Jones, but it's just offering better trading opportunity, better trading margin. And frankly, guys, I'm actually going to leave the S&P out altogether. So just focus on the US 30 Dow Jones and the NAS 100. I can't remember if I downloaded that already, but I'll do that now and get the NAS 100 as well and get those ready to rock and roll for you guys. I'll get those out to you within the next 5 minutes. So, are there any questions? That's pretty much it for me today, this afternoon until this evening's Big Fed event. Remember, if you guys are around, please feel free to join in. It's going to be a fun event. They usually are, and especially the Feds, they're going to be pretty big. And that takes place. I've listed the event at 5:45, but it'll be between 5:45 and 10 to 6, and that's GMT. So if you can make it, grab a gin and tonic or whatever your poison is, and get set and ready for that one. Yeah, that's fine, Scotty D. No pressure, mate. There's no pressure. If you can, you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can get it on catch up. That's absolutely fine. But listen, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Then if there's no questions, wishing you all a wonderful rest of the day. Take care of yourselves out there. Please do heed my advice. It is the Fed event this evening. The markets really do pause themselves when it comes to things like this because they all want to know what the Fed's next move is going to be as it shapes market sentiment across the entirety of the financial markets. So please do be aware of that. Plus the trend that we've had with the US Opens this week leading up to the FOMC. It's not been fantastic. So just take these things into consideration. Remember, you're each and every single one of you are running a business. If you see business risk like this, you need to take action on it. Be defensive in your stance, not aggressive. Wait for the process to play out. Plan the trade, which we have done, and trade the plan. Don't deviate from the plan. All right? So take care of yourselves, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Look forward to catching up with you later. I'll see you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.